I know where there's more in there.
Went in there ratting the kitchen.
I don't know if they'll make any more for us, but they got more in there. You like that better than the head-to-head? Eliminations are still one gamers, right? From here up, and the winners are still 3 gamers. Okay.
Last shot to do it. Get back to the first set of wins. Or another one if you need to. 4 bowlers will be eliminated this round. They'll finish 9th through 12th and earn checks for at least $1,050, and I believe a little more than that if we got money spewed out of it this morning. Outstanding job getting this far. We got the color bars on your screens. Highest you choose your letter. Now to go into round 5 of Mexico Open match play. Good luck, everyone.
That's why you couldn't hear anything, right? Too busy eating my fries.
I gave him the good one. That was pretty good.
The chair's on it now. I'll hold this. You get your chair out of the way.
Put it out of the way.
God dang it.
Usually in my mouth.
I know. I'll try it.
We're back at it, and we've got a couple of interesting matches on 5 and 6 and 9 and 10. We've got the winners bracket, Cortez Schenk and Billy Gensch. Big hooking right and left-handers there. Over on lane 9 and 10, bit of an upstart to deep play in the brackets. Dylan Taylor, and he's bowling the US Open champion Francois Lavoie. 2 of them will go on to the winners bracket final. Shank opened the first frame, Taylor a spare. We've got a contenders match on lane 7 and 8. Robert Marion against Matt Zweig. Striking a spare to open for those two.
Indeed, New Mexico Open continues on. This is technically rounds 5, 6, and 7, theoretically, with the finals tentatively scheduled for about 3 p.m. Mountain Time. The start of the stepladder final, or finals.
Typically runs longer than that.
Well, of course.
Particularly if we get some tiebreakers needed, and anything could happen. Nice shot by Zweig. Marion a chance to take an early lead with a double. We've got Jimmy Tillery on standby to give us some comments after he finishes munching down on that fully loaded cheeseburger from our snack bar. Gench, ooh, nice count.
I tell you, Steve,
that's the twig. Goodness. Oh, look at that, 2 1-pins. I've never seen that on a show in my life. No, commentating since 1973, that's a first. A 1-pin on 5 and a 1-pin on 8, both wild shots on the first ball. Lavoie opened with a spare, follows with a strike. Well, in a million years I wouldn't have picked this foursome to be in the top 4 at this point.
Well, that's probably just because you haven't seen Cortez bowl a lot.
Wow. Do you remember a guy called Rudy Revs?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Casamarcus. He bowled here a couple of times.
He was someone who, as a teenager, teenager, you know, if you wanted to hook it,
yeah,
just look at Rudy.
Well, he looks, Rudy's ball looks comparatively straight compared to Shank. 20 apiece there, 20 apiece in the other main match that we're watching.
As you enter the broadcast, we welcome you in. Steve Mackie, along with Emil Williams Jr.
In the first frame, I thought he missed.
Steve is a Dynamite tournament director, of course. He's been at the helm of this event for now 17 years. And today, actually the original prize or first place check was going to be $10,500. But thanks to some generous sponsors, including Petrie Buick GMC Kia, Principal Financial Group, Miller Lite, Shamrock Foods, Century Bank, Jorgensen Orthodontics, 40 local and national sponsors added more to the prize fund, which also added an extra $500 to the first place check, which will now be $11,000 to the winner.
Dylan Taylor, interesting style, particularly at the setup. We'll get a closer look at him later. Gench through the beak, 6-7 split. Not easy for a lefty to make that one. Zweig reminds me a little bit of Marshall Holman. Not Marshall, yeah, Norm Duke, I mean. Oh boy, good try for Billy. About the same height, generates a lot of power. We'll watch this hook closely. He's standing in line with the right side of the left gutter. Nice release. I like that hand at the end. Quite a few bowlers employing that on the Pro Tours this year, men and women. Turkey for Lavoie doesn't want to let this match go too far without taking an early lead. 50 in the second to 40 for Dylan Taylor. I've been gone a little while writing checks. Been quite a pleasant. Rare miss of the head pin for Robert Marion, left a washout. Bad count. That might hurt.
I was curious how Cortez would try to play the fresh, and he has answered my my questions through the first couple of frames here. Playing in is what's going to get him to the finals. I think he's got the right ball combination at this point now, especially learning based on his knowledge gained through his slow start last night during qualifying. Nice little trip forward there for Robert Marion. I saw Matt Zweig throw a little surface, kind of up 3-4 on both lanes. Thinking maybe he was trying to create a little area for himself, or try to play a little defense, knowing that Robert Marion was going to play the gutter.
Well, Schenk still looking for a double. Thought he found it there, but the pins jumped all over the 7-pin around it, didn't hit it. Zweig not as far left on that lane, but carry the 9 late. Gives him a double and an early lead, maybe 20 pins or so. Lavoie on lane 10 now, looking for a 4-bagger. Found it. Doesn't want to give any of these folks any room to breathe or think. He doesn't know most of them. Some of them are regional players, most of them just weekend warriors. Oh, that was a very nice release by Zweig. His hand position at the end, a bit like Gillian Martin, who became the youngest female to win a women's title a couple of weeks ago, appeared on Fox News on Saturday a week ago to commemorate National Bowling Day. And Lavoie having absolutely no trouble on fresh oil. Spare 5-bagger. A handy lead, maybe 30 or 40 pins already. 2-game match for them. 1 game here for Zweig and Marion.
Excuse me, I don't know. I think in this 1-game scenario, yeah, someone like Matt, who I think has a very good command now of what he wants to do on the lanes. You know, he could kind of not breeze through, but blaze through, I should say, some of these 1-game elimination matches until he gives himself a chance to get to the finals.
Looking at Robert's pants, I'm not sure whether they're short longs or long shorts. He's comfortable in them though, and that's the main thing. We're happy to have people wear shorts in New Mexico in the dying days of summer. It's hot today, 97 outside. Humid too. We've had a pretty good monsoon season this year. Taylor up on lane 9 just tore the rack apart on lane 10. He sent pins flying all over the place. Let's see if he can make his first double. Nope. None too happy with that.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, and so can our audience, so be nice.
I'm going to let that one go, Steve. We're seeing some pretty interesting reactions since they oiled. You know, some of your urethane straight players are out by the gutter here in front of us, Taylor, and they've kind of, they're trying it, but they've either switched to resin, trying to go out there, or they've gone in. You know, I noticed Taylor's moved about 10 boards left, and he's playing a completely different line he's played all weekend, and he's struggling with it, you know.
Well, there's an opening for Gench. Can't get a double yet, but Schenk has flagged the 7-pin at speed, falling off the lane just near the pin.
Oh.
Had 2 chances to knock that down. Neither of them paid off. Here's Lavoie looking for 6. That's looking pretty ominous, just quietly.
This might be the best reaction I've seen Francois have. You know, he's gone through a lot of different bowling balls, played a lot of different lines, but since the fresh oil's here, all of a sudden he's got a ball that wants to get down the lane nice. It hooks late, but it doesn't overreact for him because of that shiny surface. He's kind of fallen into a nice groove here. We've got a 6-bagger after the spare. And I think that spare was 10-pin or something.
Yeah,
earlier.
it was. Could have been a 7-bagger. Ooh, Gench. Lavoie. Oh, my.
Holy moly.
Yeah, sweet.
I think
That's
Francois just threw that one for the TV audience there. I think he tripped the big 4 all in one shot.
Yeah.
Usually it takes me 3 to get the big 4.
Yeah, at least. Zui can opener and retains the lead, handy lead too, about 24 pins or more. Taylor continues his trouble there. He flagged that spare 8-0, and now he's got the 4-7-10.
He's going to get himself in a huge hole here. That's pretty tough to come back off on this condition. You get down by 40 or 50, and it's hard to make up.
Especially against his opponent. It's hard to compete against Francois anyway, and you know when he starts that, it's
a psychological edge there before he even starts the match. And when the guy has that good of a reaction and you're struggling a little bit, all of a sudden it's double detrimental.
Yes, there's quite a few players in head-to-head play that have pins start before a ball is thrown. And that's what's happening to Dylan Taylor, 135 in the 8th against a 7-bagger. Robert not happy with himself there. He had a chance to force Zweig to continue to strike. Left another washout, and Gench sailing by the 4-7.
I know I'm seeing a lot of texts coming in from Kansas. There's a lot of well-wishers out there for Francois and the Kansas boys being former Wichita State. So Ed and Paul, all you guys out there, we're seeing the comments coming in.
I think we've seen the last shot by Robert Marion. Nice double.
big shot there for Cortez. Again, winners bracket, 2 games total pinfall elimination 1 game.
And Keith Fung in a world of hurt over there, 99 in the 8th. He's going to lose that one for sure to John McIntyre.
We're starting to see a little bit of some lopsided matches right here in front of us. They're starting to get away from some guys.
That's a winner for Matt Zweig.
And a big lead for Schenk with that strike. They gave him a turkey. Lavoie looking for 8. He doesn't look like he can miss. This looks like a 290 for a million years.
Wow. That's all I got, boys, is wow.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Nobody knows how tough that condition is, and he's shooting 290 on right there. That's,
yeah, making it look
that's
like
impressive.
a super easy house shot, but it isn't. We've got 3 days of scores to prove it. Finally, a shot that proves Francois is human. Baby split made it a little easier. He's moved the 10 pin a bit closer. About half a spot closer. And that could be a 268. Would that be the high game of the tournament?
269 from
269.
I think it is. I think 265 was a previous high.
Someone shot
Somebody shot it in
269.
qualifying yesterday.
And even sparing is easy. Dylan Taylor bowing and scraping to the first game leader, and potential match winner. It's a 2-game set over there. The best Taylor can do is a $1.85. He's going to be down by quite a few pins, as is Billy Gench. .266 for Francois Lavoie.
That left lane for Francois, the last couple of shots looked like it started checking up a little early.
Yes, he carried the big 4, like you said,
Yeah.
and he's left a 310 and a 3.6, so
Yep.
that'll get him thinking a little bit.
He may have to go in a little deeper on that one. We'll be interesting to see what kind of move he makes here on this second game, but he's got a big lead after the first one.
Yeah. And so does Cortez Schenk over here. Gench is going to give him a $1.68, can't carry. Only 2 strikes that game, 168. Having said that, a deep move for a lefty in this field on this condition. A winner here easily, Matt Zweig by 40 pins over Robert Marion. Well, Schenk could have opened up a tremendous lead there, and he's gone straight through the face for a big 4. So instead of 220 something, he's going to shoot 190 odd.
Boy, that was a huge shot right there. He could have put him in a world of hurt, but he kind of let the door open a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, still has a chance with another game to go.
Yeah, only 22 pins the difference. That's an open frame in the first frame and a double by the opponent, and that's it. So that's an interesting match. This other one not quite so much. 266 to 174. Lavoie the leader there by 92 and 92 pins. Goodness. That's the sort of lead I would need to have a chance to win a 2-game set against
exactly.
anyone.
And a 2-frame head start in the second game would give you that.
And bowling for a peppermint patty.
I think Gench is just happy to still have a shot here.
And McIntyre with a Tom Doherty strike there. He's going to shoot 218 and easily win his match against Keith Fung, who had a 139. Probably his low game of the tournament. 5 opens.
Looks like Frankie started that match, and he looked like he moved a couple boards left on that shot. Came up with a light swisher. Pretty good adjustment there on his part.
Yeah. Well, 9 and 10 hasn't been all that high-scoring pair for our TV coverage here, but that was a pretty good 266.
Any 260s on this is pretty good.
Close match in the contenders bracket down there on 11 and 12 as well. That was a vital double for Reese, Clay Reese.
Looks
Made the
pretty
cut
close
here last year too. Well,
Yeah, looks like a pretty important match going to the 10 frame
yeah,
for an elimination match.
and the crowd went wild for Dylan Taylor.
Taylor's having a bit of fun now. He knows he's in trouble with 90 down, but he's still having a good time, and
Yeah,
he's really happy to be making the cut. I talked to him between the break here a minute ago, and really nice guy, really good kid.
oh yeah, good kid and very good supporter here. He comes here every year. He's made 3 match play finals to my memory here.
He
2
told-
back to back.
He told me between the break, he goes, he gets his bowling balls down Arizona drilled, the same place that Cortez Shank gets his drilled. So they spend a lot of time down there together. He said, I don't have the prettiest game, but right now it's effective. I said, you're in the finals. I said, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So you're making spares and keeping it in play, and that's the key to success in this tournament right now.
Yeah. Well, he changed balls and changed luck. He's got a double. You know, stranger things have happened, I suppose. This would be really out there. Well, interesting finish coming up for Kyle Duster. His opponent, Clay Reese, shot 204. Got a double in the 9th and 10th. Never made a turkey out of it. Would have shut the door on it. And Duster can go off the sheet for 210 on lane 11 and 12. Here's Lavoie's second frame. Double, double. He's not going to give Dylan Taylor too much room to breathe.
I think he has to double here in the 10 frame to win. His opponent's at 204. I think he can go off the sheet for 210.
210, yeah. Didn't happen.
Nope. Runaway Brooklyn. That match is over.
And although Taylor opened up with a double, this match looks like it's heading to a logical conclusion. Lavoie, turkey, and hitting it like he's bowling thumbless. Here we go with Gensch. Gensch, boy, it's taken a while to get a strike there. It's been about 20 minutes since he had a last one. Taylor looking for a turkey now.
He's moved in with a dull resin ball, and he's lofting it out there. And actually, till that shot, it was reacting pretty good. Your French fries look a little different than mine. Some kind of chicken salad.
Gensch.
You must be working on your figure. That's all I got to say.
Oh, nice spare.
It's good cover on Taylor's part.
Almost to no avail, but at least he's making Lavoie continue to show up. Big 4 for Gensch. An open 46. He's opened both times in the 3rd frame and has never recovered from either of them thus far. Back with Taylor, loft, different ball.
It's a good ball right there.
If it started like this in the first game against Lavoie, it might have given the French-Canadian something more to contemplate, but that didn't happen. He's 92 pins ahead after game 1 and a turkey. Shank can't buy a strike all of a sudden. Lavoie. white towel around, I'd throw it in on Taylor's behalf. Stop the fight.
Boy,
And
Taylor's looking for a white towel right now, guys. He's just looking for a way out.
You won't have to wait too long. He'll be in the losers bracket in about 10 minutes.
In his defense, he did draw one of the hottest players around right now in the country.
Yeah, I mean, really. I wouldn't suggest he buys a lottery ticket on the way out the door. Went high again. It looks like that lane's going to jump a little bit on Lavoie.
Taylor was already getting ready to walk up on the approach right there. He thought he was going to strike. He had to back off. Boy, in the...
Here we go with Shank. Oh, goodness. Look at that.
Wow.
That was almost right in the pocket, Emil. He left a 4-6-9. Goodness. That ball did a 90-degree turn as it entered the pocket. Taylor had a chance to stay close, at least in this game. It'll be a feather in Taylor's cap to take a game off of.
It was a good effort there by Cortez Shank, but you know, for having a 25 to 30 pin lead, he's keeping Billy Ginch in the match right here. But Billy's got to find something. You know, he's having a tough time finding the 1-2 pocket right now since the re-oil.
He's had one strike on this lane, and that was it a moment ago. Followed with a big 4. See if he can strike again here and catch a double. Oh, get me away from here.
That was pretty deep right there, mate.
Jeez. Taylor. That lane's definitely turned out to be a little on the jumpy side of average.
Yes, both guys are starting to go heavy, and I know Francois had to make a move a little bit deeper after the first game. Yeah. And you can see Taylor's ball reaction jumping on the head pin also. He might be one of the most underrated players in this finals, mate. If you just look at his game,
yeah,
it's not impressive. But when you watch him and stand here and watch, he doesn't miss spares. He keeps the ball in play, and he works hard mentally. I haven't seen any frustration. I haven't seen any kicking of seats or ball return.
Yeah.
He works hard every single frame.
No broken pencils.
Nothing. You know what? I'm impressed with the young man.
Yeah.
You know, he deserves to be here. That's impressive.
Yeah. He was like that last year. Last time we held the tournament in 2019.
Wow.
Lavoie's just
he's just locked in right
like
now.
Like a cat. He's toying with the with the butterfly out in the yard.
And I can see that confidence starting to ooze. You know, every time he throws a shot, I see a little bit more and a little bit more.
Shank. First strike this game. He's lost 2 pins of his 22-pin lead that looked like it was going to be a lot more than that. So this is kind of interesting. When you're good, you get all the breaks.
When you're bowling well and things are going well, you break things up like that.
Yeah.
When you're grinding and struggling to shoot 180, you're going to leave that 10 pin with that 4-7.
Yeah, and maybe even a 6 with it. Shank 20 pins ahead at this point of the 2-game match. This is one of the 2 winners bracket matches. Cold 9-pin.
Holy cow.
He's about to rip that shirt to shreds.
Well, these 2 guys are certainly keeping each other in the match, but if Billy Ginch has any kind of chance, this is a big double coming up for him.
It's got to be a double here, and he hasn't struck on this lane yet, so that'll be a big ask.
He might have to throw one of those Jim Tillery shots and go Brooklyn.
Yeah. Runaway Brooklyn, no doubt. Well, Taylor's doing well here. 125 is not enough, but at least he's staying in the game here after being down by 92 in the first game. Lavoie 266. Taylor 174. Well, that strike by Gench on lane 5 gives him an opportunity to get a double here. Last time here, a cold, stone cold 8-pin. See if he can strike now. Give him a big lift. Air. Yes, right in the hole.
Mate, that's a big double
Very
right
good
there.
shot. That's huge.
That
Down by about 10 now.
might change the complexion of the match a little bit if he can get something going here. But that was a huge double.
Yeah. 22 pins behind the first game, and another strike here. He's caught up 12 of them, and he'll have a double working against Cortez Schenk that frankly never looked like losing this match early on. Gench a turkey.
Holy
That's
cow,
big.
That 22 pins just evaporated, mate.
Yep, that's gone for all money.
Now it makes Cortez's shot here on a double equally as important.
Yep.
And he hasn't hit this lane very well right here. The right lane is kind of the Achilles for him.
Yes, he left the big 4 in the 10th, and he's only had one strike, which was the last time up on lane 6 in this game. Here we go with Schenk. Smooth release at the foul line. Carried everything.
Wow, that was a big double, mate. I thought he sailed
Well,
it out
that's
the
not a
window.
double yet.
I thought that was right, and it made it back in a big carry. Big carry right there.
See if Lavoie. Yeah, he's definitely moved a bit further left.
He changed balls there late. He's
Changed
trying
balls.
something a little bit.
Yeah.
That one looked like it squirted down the lane a little bit more, but he's learning now. He's got room to play, so he's going to test it out a little bit for this next match.
Important shot for Schenk. Right in the slot.
Wow. How's that for an answer by Cortez? That's a huge double.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get a double and the guy's catching up on you in a 2-game match, Gench now up against it.
By
His
my
last
math.
His last 3 have been real good.
Yes, indeed. By my math, it looks like if he strikes, they're tied overall going in the last couple frames.
Your math is correct. Oh, get over. No, didn't quite fall. Not good. There's a fly flying around here.
It must
Jimmy
be my
did-
must be my aftershave, mate.
Goodness.
Either that or my 24-hour deodorant, one of the two.
Well, this is going to be a good effort and may end up winning him this one game against.
I tell you, Taylor's not quitting. You know, he's going to bowl till the end.
No.
Wow, big spare by Billy Gench right there.
Yeah, that was huge. Needed that badly. On 44, pace for a small 200 or a 224, depending what he does in the 9th and 10th frame. Taylor. Oh, ringing 10, 213 for him, 387 if he makes that spare. And that's a pretty good effort for.
That's a great effort by Taylor. That really is. It's a great performance today. And he's not quite done yet, mate.
No,
He's not done yet. He's just going to take a break. He'll still get more bowling time here. What a great attitude. You know, shaking Frankie's hand, smiling.
Yeah,
The crowd appreciates that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy you're rooting for.
yeah. Gedge. High, high. Twice. He bowled a couple of the sweepers on the first day in town Thursday. Was not pleased with himself, but he's gone deep in this tournament. Lavoie just practicing now for a 490 series for 2 games.
Wow. Yeah, he changed balls just to see how that one would get down the lane, and it's It reacted a lot like the first one. It ended up in the same 1-3 pocket.
Yeah.
Nothing's
And
changed
same
much.
pin spinning
Yeah.
through the pin deck. He can shoot 500 here, actually, and that would be the highest two-game set ever in the New Mexico Open in one of the key matches. Of course, no one's going to beat Barnes's 557 too early. That was a second round match in 2018. Very nice set for
Wow, what a
Lavoie.
two-game set for Frankie right there. 227, 266. That's huge. Big shot by Cortez Shank right there.
A key shot.
495.
Now, having said that, the last thing he wants to do now in the 10th frame is leave a Greek church or a big four again. That's what happened in the last
I think if he
game.
marks, he closes this match out. Is that what you're thinking, mate?
Yeah.
Dylan's 387.
Yeah.
Here we got a situation, don't we?
Here we go with Schenk. Yes,
That
that's a
should
win.
clinch it right there,
Yeah,
Mike.
that's it.
That's a winner.
Yeah.
So your championship bracket,
Doesn't
looks
get much
like
better
Cor-
than that.
yeah, because he was up 22 after game one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your championship bracket looks like Cortez Shank and Francois Lavoie.
Yeah.
How's that for talent? I'm looking forward to that. Now, Billy Ginch and Taylor will both be dropping down in the consolation bracket, but they certainly have had some good efforts today. It's a good place for that one.
Yeah, he's happy he didn't leave that earlier. Gench really hasn't had a good match here. That turkey was good, and other than that, only 3 other strikes.
Yeah, this will be the championship pair right here. So we're going to probably go here.
Tremendous pin action with these big hooking high rev players. At least you'll go down fighting. With the lack of strikes that Gench had in the match, 2-game set,
It's like 212, mate.
he can actually win this game and end up just 21 down.
Yeah, it's over even if Billy doubles here.
Schenk had 10 strikes in the 2-game set, and
Too little, too late, mate. But
Yeah.
he's getting ready for one more. You know, he's not out of it yet. Billy's had a good run today, and if I'm not mistaken, he might be the last left-hander left in the field.
yeah.
You notice I'm not trying to help you eat that salad, mate?
You didn't get that beautiful figure of yours eating salads, I can
Hey,
guarantee.
I don't get a figure like this eating salad.
Well, he won the game, but lost the match by
Won the game, but lost the match.
21 pins.
That's okay. It was a good effort by Billy.
Yeah. Yeah. He
We got
wishes he
some,
could have found that earlier.
We got a couple elimination matches going on down here in the first 4 lanes.
And we're covering them now. Dom in trouble. A double here would actually get him back into the lead by a pin. But that body English showed us that that was not going to be a strike.
We're hitting the road. Thanks a lot again for everything. We'll be seeing you again next year. All right. Appreciate everything. All right, Jimmy.
Dwayne Mellinger, good to see you, brother.
All right, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Good
Gonna be
bowling.
out bowling in the senior stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be seeing you here and there.
I'm going to
Especially
sneak
once
out.
I turn 60.
My body feels 60, but I'm just sneaking over 50, so I think I'm going to go out and bowl the Senior Masters.
All right.
Out in Vegas. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll see you there in a few weeks.
Oh, no, I'm not going to be well this year.
Not there. Okay.
Not this year.
That's all right.
I'll be honest with you. Once you turn 60, a lot of 60.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Dom are in trouble over there,
All right, buddy.
down
Good
by
to see you.
20.
Take care. Hi, Dana Miller Mackie. Are you bringing him food? That's not a sopapilla, is it?
No.
He just eat it.
Something I've never seen before. Crab, wonton.
Mate, while you have a chance, eat the salad. You want me to look at it? See what that match looks like?
Oh, 1 and 2 looks like it's turning into its formidable, brutal self. John McIntyre has opened a couple of frames and he's got the 3, 9, 10 to go here. He needs a spare to stay 10 pins behind his opponent. Took out the 9-10, so best he could do is 178. Boy, these lanes are starting to look difficult. 310 for the Reese.
Mate, I don't know if you can see the scores from this far, but there's a very close match on 1 and 2.
Yeah, it is.
Very low scores. That was a big strike.
Yeah, much needed one too.
Those guys are within about 10 pins of each other going late, and they're both trying to get out of each other's way, shooting 150.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the match on 3 and 4 is the same way. That's a big spare right there.
yeah. Well, Reese has got a 20-pin lead after 6. They've both got spares in the 7th. That baby split helped him. And here we go with Zweig, who's having an unusually low game on. That was a good shot by him.
Shank and Francois are warming up down here on their pair, so they're taking practice shots. Biggest drama we can have right now is on 1 through 4, and boy, any of those 4 guys can win that match. But a lot of pressure shots with 9th and 10th frames coming up. I think you're right. Did that carry Brooklyn? I believe. Yes, it did for a double. That might have sealed that match for him. He had a few pin lead going into that frame. I think that Brooklyn double might have just sealed that match. Mate, I'm going to change the subject here. I'm watching over here to Cortez Shank. In his first frame, he gets 3 off the right. I'm not sure that's the start he wanted against Francois.
Oh, my.
Wow.
You might have seen that 9-pin.
That might have
Got
sealed
hit
it right
with
there.
a kitchen sink. It's right near the snack bar windows. They might have thrown the sink at it. Shank, a good
That was
spare.
a good spare by Cortez. Uh-oh. Dahmer splits in the
That's pretty
the
much all
eighth.
she wrote there, yeah.
He's got to make the split here and finish out.
Yes, the spare and off the sheet. At least the 6, 9, 10, 7 is gettable. He'd shoot 187. He'd make
Definitely makeable, but
make Reese show up at least.
yeah,
And
Dahmer looks like he's starting to run out of steam.
needs a good count. It's Weig. Got it.
That should have sealed it right there.
Yep, that was it. Can't lose. Lavoie.
Lavoie going through the nose, seventh count.
Yep.
No spare right there for Dahmer. He's in trouble with 2 frames to go.
Yeah. Well, Brooklyn over there. And Lavoie, chop.
Wow.
Yep.
You don't see that very often out of him. He is usually
No,
a
he's-
very reliable spare shooter.
Very
And
reliable.
to leave the
yeah.
3-6-10 and to pick the 3 clean, that's kind of an unforced error on his part.
Yeah. Well, Schenk probably can't believe he's like a 3 spare and he's up by maybe 12 pins on Lavoie, frame 1 of 2 games.
Frankie comes back with a big shot in the second there after that open.
Yeah, real big shot too. 10 in the pit over there on lane 12. Well, Reese just trying to stay out of trouble here. And by trouble, I mean a Greek church or something. Oh. 210.
Reese had a chance to put him away right there.
Well.
Steve Owen leaves a 210.
Yeah, it's
Match on 1 and 2's over.
not. Yeah, this one here on 3 and 4 not quite over yet. There's no one tuning up their vocal cords to sing the national anthem.
Yeah,
so
not-
let's see
not
what
quite.
happens. The spare would be nice. Didn't happen.
Oh. Cortez went Brooklyn in the second frame.
And
then flags the
not
9
only
pin
that,
left.
flags the 9 pin.
You know,
Are
that's a
you
critical
kidding me?
error. He gets a break from Frankie in the first frame. You need to put him away early. And he leaves the door wide open with a 9-pin miss.
Amazing. Well, you know, I don't care how good you are. In fact, the better you are, the more nerves you should have.
I agree.
They never
And-
go away.
Well, nerves it just means it means something to you, right, mate?
Yeah,
If you're nervous, it means something to you.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's see what happens here. He needs a mark and a mark. And he's gone through the face.
He
Wow,
breaks
this
up the
is,
split on that one, leaves a 6-10. But
well, what he needs now is a spare and a strike to shut Dahmer out that never looked like winning this match 5 minutes ago.
yeah, this is a crucial spare. And you know, every spare at this time of the day starts looking like toothpicks, mate. That 6-10 looks like it's about the size of toothpicks down there, not
Yeah.
bowling pins.
Yeah. Schenk comes back after that uncharacteristic flag of the 9-pin. This needs to be a spare. Got it.
Wow, Reese
And
makes that
this-
spare.
This next shot needs to be a strike, or we might have another tie breaker required on 3 and 4. Neil Williams taking a long-deserved break from commentary chores. He's keeping a close eye on the matches in progress and the matches upcoming. Let's see if Lavoie can.
So this fill ball by Reese right here is important. If he strikes, that match is over. He wins it.
Lavoie called 10-pin. They're dead square over there. Strike here. Oh my!
Oh, he goes
Wild
Brooklyn.
shot. Only an 8 count. He left the 5-10.
175.
This guy can
he
go
leaves
off the
door
shit.
wide open for Dahmer.
Unbelievable.
Dahmer's got to have a double and 9 to tie.
Double and 9 to tie. Turkey to win by a
A
stick.
turkey wins it.
And Reese is sitting down here, holding his head, clasping his hands, and can't believe what he just did. Well, I can tell you in the 7th frame, he was a winner for a million years. And look at this. Doma now with a resurrection life over there if he gets a turkey here.
He got a little bit of reprieve there, mate, but he's got to do his own stuff right here.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice
dead
ball.
flush. Got the first one. That was a great shot.
Well, you know, he lost that tiebreaker to Lavoie
Right.
after Frankie got a 4-bagger. So
He thought that was a big moment. This is even bigger. This is later
yeah,
in
this
the
is
day.
bigger because it's later in the day. That's right. It's 1:30.
Frankie comes up with a dead flush one in the 4th.
Oh, we're watching both matches here. Got a contenders match. Zweig and Gensch having a practice shot on 9 and 10. We're keeping the matches rolling along here. People are disappearing like flies all of a sudden. Needs a double. Got it.
Wow.
That was a sweet shot. That
Dahmer
was,
on the big double now.
that was
Now he
huge.
gives himself a chance, mate. Strike right here, and that's ball game.
That was bigger than Quo Vadis, and Schenk over there, pocket 7-10. The 10-pin shooked violently, didn't fall. From our commentary position, we can't see the 7-pin at all. This one's going to go down there at some speed.
Got the 7.
Yeah.
Here's Dahmer for his
Okay, let's watch Dahmer.
his elimination life right here. Strike wins.
Strike wins.
Oh,
Yes!
Trips a 4
Trips the
and
4.
wins 176,
So
176, 175.
unbelievable.
Holy moly. How
Yeah.
expensive was that field ball? 510.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Amazing. That was a heck of a match. Well,
That
we're
was.
back with Schenk now. That's the match that's alive at the moment, and Schenk
went
having a
Brooklyn-
little trouble
Brooklyn.
with the approach. Keeps on rubbing his feet up there. He's not happy with his game thus far. 56 in the 4th. He had a 3 spare, a 9 missed a 9-pin. He left a pocket 7-10 next time back on lane 12, and now he's got a single pin in the corner,
Left a 6-pin here.
which he's spared easily.
You know, one thing against the great bowlers is you have got to not only take advantage of your opportunity, but you also have to make spares. And Frankie started off struggling a little bit, and Cortez has just never been able to put any pressure on him. He's not making enough good shots of his own.
Yeah.
So Frankie, even though he's struggling, he's still right in the match.
Gensch opens up with a strike against Zweig. This is a quality match as well. Both
Another elimination match right here.
both good regional players. Lavoie, 4-pin.
For our spectators, really quick, here's where we stand. Cortez and Francois are playing on 11 and 12 in a 2-game match. That's the end of the winners bracket. They're playing for position. They're both on the show. Winner of that match is the 1 seed. Loser of that match is the 2 seed for the step ladder. The last 2 matches on 5 and 9 are the end of the contenders brackets. The winners of those matches will be the 3 and 4 seed for the step ladder. Winners of that match will finish 5th and 6th in the tournaments. Good luck, everybody.
And that was the dulcet tones of the tournament director, Jeff Hemo, out of Washington State. Comes down every year. He's been here about 5 years now as our on the lanes tournament director, and we're real happy to have him
He's
down
done
here.
a great job. He's been working as hard as you have, mate. And he's probably taken a little bit of stress off of you this tournament. Gives
It
you a chance
does.
to do a few other things.
Yeah, like
For
signed
years.
checks.
Yeah, sign checks. Put Tillery's name on a couple of those, will you? He needs them.
Put him on one. Lavoie.
Flat 10 on that one. So
Interesting.
he's 4-pin, flat 10. He's kind of in between right there, but
Yeah.
at least he's keeping it in play.
Yeah.
And,
Searching.
yep. So, mate, we're down to 6 players now. You know, we have an elimination match here with Dahmer and Taylor on lanes 5 and 6, and we're in an elimination match with Zweig and Billy Gensch.
Practice shots for Dahmer, who just got a 4-bagger to run down a very handy early lead by Clay Reese. Eliminated him by a pin, 176 to 175. Zweig hooking that ball like a beast. Goodness.
Wow. That's a lot of hook.
That's
Cortez up in the right lane again.
yeah. Shank. Light mixer.
Shakes out that light 4 for a single.
The score over there, 87 for Lavoie, 76 for Shank. Shank's strike in the 6th. Lavoie a spare, so he can put a little pressure on Lavoie if he can make a double out of this one. He's had 1 strike on lane 11 in frame 3. Cold 9.
Wow, dead flush, stone 9 pin.
Yeah.
That double could have put a little bit of pressure on Frankie right there, but
Yeah,
as
still,
it is, they're kissing each other's sisters, you know.
Yeah.
Strike spare, strike spare.
Still 11 pins the difference, and that's a break for Lavoie for sure. He better make this one. He missed one of these.
Well, and he missed a 9 pin earlier. We'll see how that affects. No problem with that one.
Yeah. Interesting match, and I think everyone in the field now has their thumb in the ball. Is that right?
Yes, they do, actually. I believe you're right.
That's a rare thing these days. Happy to see it.
We got 1 left-hander left and 5 righties, all with a thumb in the ball. You're exactly right, mate.
Yeah.
We got some down and in players, and we got some folks that are hooking the heck out of the ball.
Yeah, and I mean the heck.
And a lefty, how much more versatility do you want in the finals?
Yeah. Oh, bad
Wow.
count for Lavoie.
It's like he let up on the speed a little bit, went through the nose and left it 369.10.
And not only went through the nose, but also got a weak count. So he's only
Yes.
7 pins ahead now with this thing in front of him. Oh, nice
Huge
cover.
Huge cover right there.
Wow.
After chopping the 3.610 early and having to shoot the 3.6910, that's a great cover.
Yeah. Zweig's always going to be in trouble with that speed
And
or
he's got
lack
a
of.
big hook.
Yeah.
A big hook. He's got to keep the speed up, and he's got to loft the ball.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor, tough break for him. The 4-9 on lane 6 against Dollar.
Taylor's in there in an area where he hadn't played all week. He's in there in about 15, and that's might be a little out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, it's a bit out of my comfort zone watching it.
Francois with a big strike following up that 6 spare.
I mean, he's lofting it, is Taylor, but I don't know about that that area of the lane. Very interesting style. No chance on the spare. Bit of score correction on
Jeff's going down there to correct it.
Okay,
well, you're back.
I am back.
We thought you'd gone back to Chicago. We were going to handle the rest of the telecast and let you just
Oh,
go
you guys
home.
are doing great. This is
Cortez comes back with a big strike, a single down here on the right. He's going for a double now.
these are the things where I'm not on the air, like all the ripping and running that I do that no one really knows that we do. But you got to make sure that we get every match that we can. So I'm happy that y'all were here to handle this part so I can do what else I needed to do.
Yeah, we're just sitting here with a couple brothers. We know we're a couple redheaded mates right here. And we're just winging it. But thank you.
Tell the truth, Emil. You just went to the bathroom for 20 minutes.
No,
Well,
but that's
I like it.
next. So.
Yeah, you guys that
Well,
are out there watching.
He got the double.
He did get the double.
So now Lavoie must get a double to retain
That's
a
right. Put some
7-pin
pressure
lead.
on Frankie.
Yeah.
Just a quick note, when we go to, I'm going to put a scoreboard up on the 9 through 12 right now, but the first scoreboard is going to be the Billy Ginch, Matt Zweig scoreboard, because that match is only one game. Then I'll put the scoreboard up for Francois and Cortez after that. And then, of course, we've got 5 and 6, which we'll go to in a minute.
Championship will be right here, right?
Oh,
Wow.
huge
How
double.
huge is that? Is that U.S. Open twice experience you're seeing right there?
Wow.
Dead flush when you have to have it.
Gench.
Billy Ginch not giving up yet. He said, I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm still playing.
He's taken a 9-pin lead after a 5 spare into the top of the 5th for him. 46 plays 55, and we're about to see that scorecard. Here goes Lavoie. 10th frame. He can go off the sheet for 213. That's necessary to get the first one, I think.
Ooh, just a little
Four-pin.
high. 4-pin.
Yeah.
Right? Do you see where he slid on that ball? He was over there in the left gutter.
Yeah.
That's about as deep as I've seen him play. Dahmer on a double. Early double right there against Taylor.
Gench.
Little high for Billy. Leaves a 6-pin.
Well, Lavoie's going to shoot 192, and he could be down after this first game. We'll see what happens with Schenk when he gets up, but he's got an opportunity to shoot 206. He could take a 14-pin lead in that 2-game match. Well, there he
Taylor.
was deep, and
Taylor with the big double right there.
yeah, carried.
That's a great shot. Most underrated player out here today, that's for sure.
Yeah, hardly been anyone throwing the ball where he is as straight as that. A lot of them have hit that area with a big hooking ball or two-handers or whatever.
They
but
want to go left to right. You know, one
yeah.
thing about Taylor is he's going right up the boards.
And quick.
And he's doing it well.
Yeah, good speed.
He used urethane outside on the gutter most of the week, just playing real straight.
Lavoie now finishing up this game with a another high hit, 190. Interesting. Decent game, but nothing to write home about.
Right. Looks like he changed balls and tried something there in the fill ball.
That's
how's that
big
for a
turkey.
big turkey?
That's a big turkey.
Big turkey for Taylor playing 15. Wow.
Playing 15 with speed and
accuracy.
a little bit of hand in it. It reminds me of the old days. It was almost all accuracy then.
Yeah. Cortez is on a big double here going to the 10th. Frankie didn't overwhelm him in the 10th. This is a big match right here.
Zweig.
Trip
for
4.
4, yep. Okay, let's watch Schenk now. Here he goes. Huge.
Whoa. He's got to give him some breathing room going to game 2.
Well. Turkey over here on 5 and 6. We've got 3 good ones going here, folks. Don't leave the building.
Elimination matches right here in desperation times.
Nice.
Wow, did you see that ball bounce? That's a big left to right hook from the left side to the right, and it gets down there about 40 feet and just looks like it hit a bumper. Went dead left. I tried that, and I got 3 off the right.
Yeah. Schenk. Cold 9-pin. That's 3 9-pins this game. He could have had a big score here.
Wow.
He's going to be ahead by about 5. And Dahmer out the window. Gench. Another 6-pin. He's hanging around the pocket, though. That's good. He's in better form this game, is Gench, than he was in the match on 5 and 6. And that that 9-pin that he missed early.
That cost him. He's only up by 5 right now. I think it's a 195 to 190 start.
Could have been up by 16.
He could have been up, exactly. And against the player caliber of Francois, that's a big miss.
Yeah.
So he's up 5 going to game 2.
Yeah.
And reminder, it's a 2-game total match in the championship match. These other ones are single elimination matches.
Well, that's a bad count too for Doma.
On a
101 in
turkey.
the 5th.
That hurts. 53. That's like a Greek church, mate. But that one was with the head pin right there.
Yeah. That was a Turkish church just south of Athens. Okay, Gench has moved inside and carries a light hit.
It's a big strike.
Yeah, he had 6-pin, 6-pin, and then moved a little further right on the approach. Now, last left-hander in the 4-person bracket. Here we go with, look at this, right down the middle. Unbelievable. Great shot, though, all the same. And good count as well. Sperry's going to have a handy lead here against Doma.
So, mate, the loser of these 2 single elimination matches here, they're out. And the winners make the step ladder, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, so we threw a pretty good ball right there and left a ring in 10.
Yeah, Lavoie looking at the boards. He
He's deep
took a
right
bit
now.
of time lining up there.
He's over there by the left gutter cap now.
Yeah. And loft. Oh,
Wow.
nice.
And dead flush.
Okay, watch this next one of Lavoie.
He's on the
It'll
right
either
lane.
be right in the hole or it'll be a cold pocket hit.
And I'll bet you he'll be in front of the ball return on the right lane.
Well, Zweig was. In fact, he's been moving the rack there a little bit, trying to squeeze
Gives it
his legs.
Little nudge with the backside, doesn't he? Yeah.
Bit of a nudge. A little bit of a nudge and a wink, wink, and say no more. There's a strike. Good opening for
comes
him.
right back and flushes one of his own.
Right
Look at
there.
Taylor. Taylor's working hard to make the show.
Yep. And that'll
Left
be a
him a-
credit to his perseverance.
Yes, indeed. He left a 10-pin last frame, made the spare no problem, and hit another one dead flush. So that's 5 that have been dead flush for him in the pocket. 4 strikes.
And up by 7 pins.
Ooh.
Good count for Zweig.
He just didn't get it far enough right. The ball just wanted to jump early.
Yeah. And here's Schenk looking for a double. Ooh. 4-pin. 4-pin for Schenk. Back with Doma. Doma coming off a dreadful open frame, 5 and 3. And well, there's something we haven't seen too much of this weekend, a 5-7, makeable. With about 3.5 left on the approach, you should be able to give that a good shot. Let's watch Doma's spare attempt here, the 5-7. He was very confident the 5-pin was going to go. It didn't happen.
He needs a spare, mate.
No.
Ooh,
And,
just not enough. He's starting to get behind in this match, and it's
Yeah.
getting late.
Yeah, he could be down by 18 pins or more, depending on what Taylor does. Here's Lavoie in front of the ball return. Let's see where he ends up at the foul line.
He gave it a little nudge.
Yeah. A little nudge and loft. Ooh, sweet.
Mate, we both can't moan on that same lawn, can we?
Oh,
When you're the
goodness.
U.S. Open defending champ, you trip the 410 when you need it for a double.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the loft that he gives it helps him carry those strikes. A lot of viewers might go, well, he's really lucky. No, he's not. He's really good. Lavoie, this is going to be in the hole.
Yeah.
I'll-
This is, he's able to get a little deeper on the left lane without the ball return. So, you know, I think he can get a little more speed on it, a little more loft.
Yeah, let's see how far this goes down before it hits the lane.
Doesn't trip that 4 this time. Gave it
No.
a chance, but 4
Yeah.
pins stayed.
Yeah. Well, having said that, he's now up by 4 in the match. 2-game set for them. Gensch, goodness gracious. I'm going to find out his address and send him a bill for a new pin. He just broke the head off that one. Let's see.
Mate, I think those were brand new 3-pound 9-ounce pins you put in there with the flat bottoms this week. Billy's trying to tear them up. There goes Taylor.
Look
Wow.
at this.
That's a
Unbelievable.
cruncher. Impressive. For those of you that are not watching,
Yep.
Dylan Taylor, throwing urethane, playing 4-5 board most of the week, jumps in with a dull ball. It looks like a shiny ball coming out of the ball return, and moves into 15 playing dead straight. And he's got
Dead.
5 out of 7 strikes with 2 ring and 10s this game.
And dead straight with loft, and Zweig not happy with the break he got there. He had the 3-6-10 turned into a baby split, so that puts him up against a split instead of a regular spare. Good shot by Schenk.
Schenk dead flush with that one.
4 pins the difference after 2 frames of game 2, both of them with all closed frames, and it's hard to keep that line going. Taylor went through the face there, 6-10. Zweig, a baby split in front of him, and a close match to boot, 2 pins behind. And, oh, there you go.
Wow.
Don't see that too often.
Matt Zweig on the backdoor 310.
Yeah.
And he had already turned his back on it, thinking it was
Yeah.
going to open, and that ball bounced out of the pit and tomahawked the 10, and Matt kind of gives it a half-hearted slap on the way back.
Okay.
Cortez going through the nose, leaving a 3-6-10.
And one of our viewers just said, don't forget Dom is the oldest guy left in the field. Good point. These are all 20-somethings against him. He's probably in the 40s. I don't know if he's a senior or not.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm
He
proud
just
of
carried that.
You know, Keith Dahmer being the oldest guy left in the field. I can appreciate that.
Schenk.
Shank on the spare there, that
Yeah.
3-6-10, a good cover.
Yeah, good cover.
He just carried. Matt Zweig just somehow carried the 7-pin on that, too.
Yeah. So Dahmer's in his 40s, and he's got 3 punks against him, all in their 20s. Lavoie's got to be close to 30. I'm not sure his age.
Yeah.
He looks like he's
pretty
about
sure.
16, mate.
Pretty sure Francois is early 30s. Yeah.
Early 30s. Compared to Dahmer, still a punk, age-wise. Got a few good matches going on here. Goodness. Oh. Zweig.
Zweig's just running out of room, mate.
Yeah,
He's just covering the whole
running out of facial hair too. He's just about ripped it off there. Dahmer deeper. Lavoie through the face. Well, this match is going to come down to the wire.
Come down to who can
67.
make spares and who can make
Yeah.
the shot when they need to.
Yeah, and who can control their nerves and emotions. 67 plays 67 pins. Schenk was 5 ahead, so it's a 2-pin match over there.
Right.
Francois is 28.
28.
28, Francois.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Statistician.
Dahmer with the spare in the 9th. He's working hard. Frankie
Boy,
covering.
he covers spares pretty safely.
He covers
He
spares.
tries to hit both pins if there's 2 pins standing.
It's that Wichita State spare shooting mentality, mate. They work for hours on those spares.
Oh, they do up there.
Oh, my gosh,
Yeah.
yes, hours. That's one thing Rick Steele-Smith and Gordon Vatican and Mark Lewis stress in that program is if you're going to bowl for them, you better learn how to make spares.
Yeah. I remember
Here goes Taylor for
Taylor down
his
the
shot
middle.
in the 9th frame.
huge.
Oh.
Oh, and he wrote that one out.
Yes, he did. Dylan's starting to show a little excitement and emotion, and we don't see that out of him too often.
No, right.
He starts getting it cranked up. Watch out.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
not done yet. He's still got a bowling ball in his hand. That's important.
Okay, Lavoie looks like he's even further left and further loft.
Ooh.
But a weak 10.
Yeah, flat 10. He ball burned up a lot in the heads trying to get down the lane.
Looks like he's trying to search for something. He can't find it yet.
And this is a big double for Billy Gensch. He
Gensch.
has to have it. Oh.
And lifting the mask so that he can say a few words to himself, no doubt. That's one of the advantages of wearing a mask with a TV show.
Well, the situation there is a spare and 9.
Taylor with a big double in the 10th frame against Dahmer, and that pretty much sealed the match.
Well, Gensch needs a spare and 9 to win by a pin. Spare 9.
Billy's staring at a 7-pin right in the face. You got to have the spare and 9er strike to win.
Oh, goodness.
That
Unbelievable.
was expensive right there, mate.
Yeah, that's cost him maybe $500.
Cost
the
him
difference.
a step ladder
Yep.
and a $500 7-pin, potentially more.
Oh, look at Schenk.
Is that a 5-pin there, mate?
Yep.
Wow.
But look at this.
Taylor.
236 for Taylor.
Dylan Taylor advances to the step ladder.
He is heaving a huge sigh of relief.
Absolutely. And Keith Dahmer, what a great week. Keith was standing behind me Friday morning when I was back there struggling, and he kind of followed me pair to pair, and I didn't know who he was. I hadn't met him yet. But what a great gentleman. He certainly made him look better this week than I did. But there's no shame finishing in the top 6.
That could have been anything for Schenk so far this game. And Mr. Taylor, 235.
235.
What a great effort.
Dylan makes the step ladder. And Zweig makes the step ladder. Now they're just waiting to see who wins the match between
yeah, and someone will
Cortez
play
and
them,
Francois.
and someone will
Absolutely.
play them. There's still 5 around. Only 4 make the step ladder, and 4 with a chance to win a brand new 2021 Buick Encore from Petrie Buick GMC Kia, the dealership down the road here from Rio Rancho, just opposite Cottonwood Mall here in Albuquerque area. And
That'll be for a perfect 300 game. They're in a step ladder, correct, mate?
the first one.
If there's more
it'd be
than
almost
one, mate.
too bad for the second one.
268,
We'll get
the high
you a
game of the
Uber
week.
drive. Yeah, get you a Uber home. Well, this is really important now for Lavoie. Lavoie needs a strike badly to keep a 2-pin lead.
He's taking his time, that's for sure.
Yeah. Let's see how far this gets out in the lane. Oh,
Wow,
goodness.
a lot of loft. And almost like it hung up. It hung up. He pulled the string on it like a yo-yo, and it came back and hit dead flush.
Yep.
If I were to
dead
ask
flush.
Frankie later, how was that shot? And he said, well, it wasn't my most quality executed shot, but I'm sure he'll take it.
Well, that was really important, that strike, and I can tell you why, because now they've both got strikes working in the 6th, and one of them can go off the sheet and put the other one under extreme pressure. And that person right now is Lavoie. He's a 2-pin leader at this juncture of the 2-game match, 106 to 99 in this one. He was down by 5 in the first game, and he's gone high on this lane the last 2 shots.
He's basically standing on the right lane on lanes 9 and 10.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's see what happens here.
Lofting it over the gutter cap.
Oh!
Swishes out the 7, the 8, the 10.
The bucket 5.
I saw them all on the deck.
Yeah,
right
they're
there,
all
mate.
standing there.
That's a huge double.
And not only is it a huge double, but if Schenk had one iota of a peek at it, it's going to annoy him if he doesn't get a strike now.
This puts the pressure right back on Cortez. He
Yeah.
needs this double to stay in
It
this
does.
match because he's up by 5 in total going to game 2.
Yeah. Well.
Out the window, mate. Leaves the
Yep.
1-2.
Yeah, and I mean out the window.
And it was fast and right from the get-go.
Yeah.
So, mate, let me ask this. The number 4 and the number 3 seed on the step ladder, Dylan Taylor and Matt Zweig, which one is 4, which one's 3? How's that determined?
That's why I
It's
hire.
coming back. It's coming back. I'm getting
That's
some
why I
updates
hire
right here.
Jeff Hema.
Cortez on the spare. So I just got word from Emil here that the high qualifier is going to be the 3 seed. and Matthew Zieg was 14th. Dylan Taylor was 18th. So Taylor will be the 4 seed, correct? And he'll be bowling Zweig, who's the 3 seed. And then the loser of this match is the 2 seed, and the winner is the 1 seed. What a great step ladder we got. Thank you, Emil, for that information.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, right now, Schenk had better strike.
He's shooting in the 8th frame right now on a spare. Wow.
Schenk's been at least a 2-time winner, maybe 3 times here in JBT tournaments. He won the Youth New Mexico Open the first 2 times we held it. This year will be the 7th Youth New Mexico Open at the end of September. So he's got some confidence in this house.
Some moxie, yep.
He's bowling the US Open
He's
winner.
never bowled this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Frankie's on a double. He could really, really put some pressure on the match right here with a turkey.
Yep. Well, he's had 2 out of 3 strikes on this lane so far. This is his 4th attempt at a strike on lane 12.
And he's up in the 8th frame as well.
Oh, goodness.
Lofts it.
Very nice.
Wow, mate, that looks similar to the last
That-
shot. It looks like it's hanging on the thumb a little bit. Loft it over the gutter cap and kind of a flip spin, and it just sits in the hole. That was, I think it's got to be intentional. I do that, and it's an accident. He does it, it's intentional.
Yeah, right.
That's a big turkey.
Yeah.
So he's on a turkey going to the 9th frame. He's 5 down overall, but he's obviously up in the match right now. And this is a huge shot in the 9th.
He's counting the boards. Look at that. He's meticulous in his preparation for a big shot.
He's standing over there about 50. If you're counting right to left, about the 50th board with his feet. Lofting it over the cap. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Sits dead flush. Holy moly. That is championship shots right there.
Yeah, certainly is.
Mate, you've never thrown a shot that deep and that far out on the lane in your life, unless it was sticking on your thumb.
Yeah. That's the only way I'd get the ball down near the darts.
That was intentional. Usually when you and I do it, it's not intentional.
Yeah.
Now Cortez shooting in the 9th frame on a strike. Leaves a high 4-pin. He's in trouble, mate.
Well,
he's in
I
trouble.
think he's resigned to.
And I think he knows it. He's got the walk about him right now. He knows he's in trouble.
Yeah.
But the consolation is he's still the 2 seed on the show. He's still got a shot. Covers the spare
Interestingly,
easily.
in the qualifying, Lavoie qualified 11th, Schenk qualified 12th. There was only 3 pins the difference at that point. Lavoie qualified with 1646, Schenk 1643.
Well, in fact, if you look at the guys that are going to make the top 4 step ladder here, you have an 11 seed, a 12 seed, a 14 seed, and an 18 seed on the show. The top 10 guys are all gone. It shows you wherever you qualify, it doesn't make a difference as long as you're in.
Yeah, and he changed balls there, left another 4-pin. Could have been a turkey, had a strike in the 8th, 2 4-pins, but just not enough left or loft. And Schenk will lose this match to a quality showing by Francois Lavoie.
Francois Lavoie. Boy, Francois comes with a tiebreaker in game 2 against Dahmer and wins with 60. Gets all 4 strikes in the 9th and 10th frame roll-off, and then has to grind his way through here. Cortez gives the handshake to Frankie as a kind of a concession before he throws his fill ball.
A heck of a match.
Heck of a match. 2 great players right here.
Yeah, really. 96, 391.
391 for the total.
Lavoie's moved back now. He's trying something different.
Yeah, he's going to try something different because
That was easy.
what we forget is the start of the semifinal championship matches, Frankie bowled on 7 and 8, and he was using a shinier ball, playing a lot farther right, and I think he knows that.
Right.
And so, you know, obviously he couldn't do that on 11 and 12, but I think he's preparing to come back here now.
Yeah.
And he's keeping that same thing in mind that he played
Yeah.
here earlier.
Right.
Smart player. Mike, just out of curiosity, prize fund for the top 4. I know it's about 10,500 for first.
No.
No, I'm wrong.
11.
That's
I increased it.
11,000 now.
I
Dang,
increased
sponsors
it.
are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
So 11,000 for first. Second,
5,500.
55. How about third?
3 and 2.
3,000 and 2,000. That's a lot of dough right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it was that 2-game match over Cortez, so Francois will be the number 1 seed in today's step ladder, and Tez will be the number 2 seed.
I had a point to make. I think it was the. Oh, don't forget, and I'm not sure if you guys mentioned this, but it is true double elimination in the finals, where Francois would have to lose twice
Correct.
to get beat.
Yeah.
It's single up until, but Francois, he's the only one that's, or I'm sorry, who just won?
Lavoie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Francois has to be beaten twice
Yes.
to lose the tournament.
Yeah, because he hasn't lost yet.
Correct.
That's a
And,
good point right there, Emil. I didn't think about that. Francois being undefeated as the 1 seed, he would have to get beaten twice in the
And,
championship. So
Right over here, we've got that ominous object in Jeff Jones's hand, and it's a lane machine, and they're going to get fresh again.
they're going to get fresh again.
Yeah.
Francois walks by and gives me a wink, and he heard that. They're getting ready to run the championship pair on 7 and 8 one more time.
All right, folks, good job. Nice job, Jim. Nice job, Steve. As Jeff is talking, we'll be back in about 20 to 30 minutes for the finals. We'll be right here on 7 and 8. I'm going to keep preparing for that. Congratulations to the finalists. Francois Lavoie is the number 1 seed. Cortez Schenk is the number 2 seed. Matt Zweig should be the will be the number 3 seed, and Dylan Taylor will be the 4th seed. Excellent, excellent work. Congratulations to all. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. I think that'll do it for us right now. If you have any questions, just feel free to drop them in the chat when we get going. Excuse me. I think that'll do it. If we need to update the bracket, I'll post something on Facebook. Jeff has been posting also on bowljbt.com. I'm going to get ready. Thanks to the sponsors, Petrie, Buick, GMC, Kia. Someone shoots 300 in the stepladder finals. They're going to win a brand new 2021 Buick Encore vehicle. Principal Financial Group, Miller Lite, excuse me, Shamrock Foods, and everyone involved with the New Mexico Open. For Jim Tillery, Steve Mackie, Dana Miller-Mackey, Mike Miller, and everyone, my name is Emil Williams Jr. We'll see you in a bit. Stepladder finals time of the 17th New Mexico Open. This has been a presentation of this very prestigious event right here on BowlStreamTV.